Hello YouTube, Gary RGJ Outdoors here. Sorry once again, still feeling a little bit poorly. Got man flu, well, as the wife like to calls it, cold. Or the bank manager as I like to call her. Right, this is just a quick little video as a shout out really to Ginger Bushcraft. I said that I'll give him a shout out. He's one of my first subscribers. I'm at the heady heights of 15 now. Whoop whoop. Go me, 15 subscribers. Which is nice. But anyway, it's just a quick little thank you to him. Quick little shout out. I enjoy watching his videos. They're quite humorous. Him and the lads up at Camp Stupid, they call it. Quality, mate. It just makes me grin all the time. Sorry for any of the noise you can hear at the background, but the bank manager's eating chocolate and donuts and enjoying her time off now from finishing work and making my life a misery. She's giving me the two fingers salute, which is lovely. I do love it to bits. But there it is. Right, so onwards and upwards. Just a quick video. All it is really is just a quick video of my collection of sharps, or the knife collection. I call them my sharps. So without further ado, I'll get cracking on into it. I think I've figured out how to get longer than 12 minutes of video recording. I've just been doing my bloody head in this camera, but we'll see how we get on. Right, so firstly and foremost, we'll go on to the Halterforce or Halterforce axe, however you pronounce it. Halterforce just sounds like I know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? But I don't. All it is basically is exactly what it says on the tin. It's just a big, nice carpenter's axe, ideal for processing large timber, getting it down, and then using the most energy efficient way of doing the work. You all know that the most important thing when you're out in the wilds or in any kind of survival situation, you're looking after your calories and making sure that you're not expending more than you can replace. If you're using more calories than you can replace, then it won't be very long before you start getting into the realms of being in a very dangerous place very quick. So using the tools correctly in the most energy efficient way is just another way of maintaining your survivability out in the field or out in the bush or wherever you find yourself. So there's the Halterforce axe. I love it. Hasn't got a sheath at the moment or a mask, but I will be rectifying that at some point, whether by myself or getting something. I'll probably make something myself once I get the shed sorted out and getting that backwards up and running. But there's the axe. So once we've got the axe down to a more manageable size, or if we haven't got the axe, we can use the Barco Laplander. That is a wonderful piece of kit, razor sharp. Again, energy efficient, used correctly, you're going to be getting your timber processed to a more manageable size. So you can whittle it down and get it into your, to firewood process. I like that. Everyone carries these, and I don't need to go on about why. They are just an incredibly robust, durable piece of kit. So there's the Barco Laplander. Now on to one of my favourite little pieces of kit, the Halterforce mini hatchet. I love this piece of kit. It's dinky, matches my diminutive frame. Diminutive in size, in height, unfortunately, not anywhere else. I'll shut up. It's razor sharp. It is superb. So once you've got it, once you've got your timber processed down to a relatively manageable size, you can then start, more comfortably whittling, getting it down, process it into your kindling and into more manageable kind of sustainable fuel for your fire. So there's the Halterforce mini hatchet. It's a wonderful piece. Wear that on your belt kit, keep that with you all the time. Wonderful for knocking in wood and bits, but there are multiple uses. Again, it's an energy efficient piece of kit. I always make a complete mess of putting the bloody mask back on. But there it is. It's a lovely piece of kit. Why wouldn't you have it? It's, you know, it's great. It does exactly what it says on the tin. You know, ideal for processing your timber, getting it down to a more manageable size for the fire so you can burn. No problem at all. Yes, Sharon, you should be worried because these will hurt a lot when they're run across your gob. Right, the next one is cheap and cheerful. Cheap as chips this was. Highlander cookery. It's a wonderful design used by the Gurkhas of Nepal, Yoga Kali. There we are. Our sister regiment, believe it or not, of the Royal Green Jackets, the Gurkhas are our sister regiment, or now the Rifles it is now, but the Gurkhas, you know, there it is. That is a wonderful piece of kit. Lovely ergonomic design. It served the Gurkhas very, very well. Unfortunately for me, this was only cheap and cheerful. I mean, it was as cheap as chips, but it's a dangerous blade, and I don't mean dangerous because it will, you know, cause harm. It's because it's blunt. Now, my thought process is, for me, the sharper the knife, the safer the blade. The safer it is. The more blunt it is, the more dangerous it becomes, because you're hacking around like a demented idiot trying to achieve a result that you could do quite easily with a nice sharp blade. Again, you're expending more calories, you know, you're spending more calories, and this is, you know, this is quite a dangerous blade. Other people have got their own thought processes for that, and they're entitled to them. But my opinion is, you know, the sharper the blade, the safer it is. So there's the cookery, and that's lovely. Now getting on, here's another little piece of kit that was nice, I like. This is the Buck, made in USA. There it is, just a lovely kind of ergonomic little knife there for meat preparation, vegetable preparation, skinning your game, you know, skinning rabbits, or caping I think they call it, whatever it is, but whatever. It's lovely and sharp. The sheath is a pile of pants. That is an absolute piece of toilet, that really. But I didn't buy the knife for the sheath, I bought the knife for the knife. I will at some point get round to doing something with Kydex. Is you going around the shop now? Yeah, just another 4-siders please, chef. That's me beer order going in. Can't be without a beer. So there it is. It's a lovely little knife. Nothing wrong with the knife, but the sheath is a pile of pants. As I say, I'll probably do something with Kydex. Probably wear it as a necker or something like that maybe. Might be a little bit too large for a necker, but I don't know. For the weight of it, there's no weight in that whatsoever. But it's a lovely, strong, durable, razor sharp little blade, and it's a nice piece of kit. I quite enjoy it. So there's that. All right, moving on to the meat and bones of the collection now, shall we say? And this is my TBS Grizzly. What an absolute beast of a blade this is. There it is, lovely walnut scales, 6mm thick. Does a knife need to be 6mm thick? No, it doesn't. But this is designed to be used and abused, beaten up, and come back for more. I know someone that's had had one of these knives in particular. I've seen videos of him absolutely hammering the life out of this, and it's still as good as it was the day that he bought it. All he's done is strop it just to keep it nice and sharp. Okay, this is razor sharp. You know, but will it process wood? Absolutely. Can you do other finer tasks with it? Yes, absolutely. How it's going to be for fine carving because of the thickness of it? Probably not so great because it is such a thick blade. But it's a wonderful piece of kit. I went for the Spec Ops sheath for this because it gives me a bit more functionality, not durability, sorry, I was about to say durability, but a bit more functionality in the sheath for me. The reason being was because in this little pocket I can keep my Stanley multi-tool. Great little bargain this was, off of a boot fair. I paid 10 quid for a kit. It come with a Stanley folding utility knife, packet of blades, and this all for a tenner. So you know, you could add that to the grizzly, the spec op sheath, and you've just got a little bit more functionality there with the blade. You know, you've got pliers, file, saw, can opener, bottle opener, couple of screwdrivers, couple of, you know, things for if you come across the lion in distress and you need to take a fawn out of it. It's oof. You can do all of that kind of crazy stuff. Also with the spec ops sheath, there is the ability to through the back here, you can attach it in multiple ways. But if you're not going to attach it in that way, you can actually use these little little pockets in there for storing some firelight material, tinders, whatever, some cotton wool soaked in, whatever. But I'll show you my fire kit in a little while and get onto that. But there's the TBS Grizzly. You know, that's a fantastic little setup there, and I'm quite chuffed with that. Now coming on to the meat and bones of what I class my collector's pieces. And I say collectors, it's not that I'm into collecting knives, it's just that these are handmade from English knife makers. You know who they are because I've done videos on them already. The first one is Scott from Wessex Blades. This is his the black Galahad that he did. I've done a video on it, so you know how beautiful it is. I'm sorry for the quality of the video, it probably didn't come across as great as it should have done. But there it is. Lovely copper and brass pins, ebony handle, red liners, black and red, and my favourite colours, black, red and green. That leads me on to something else in a minute. I'll talk about that when I get onto it. So there's the Galahad, that leather work and that tool in there on his Spartan head design. Wonderful, beautiful work. Can't thank you enough for that, Scott. That's lovely. One of the grandkids will get that. This one's already been promised to little Amelia when I pop off. Not for a while. This is my Jack Raw classic. You've all seen this. This is stunning. Absolutely beautiful piece of work. Sandy from Jack Raw Knives is a complete and utter craftsman. He's made everything there is all handmade. There's all of his leather work, moulded sheath, everything. The blade itself is absolutely stunning. Stabilised walnut handles. This is beautiful. I'm doing this with my art in my mouth because the bank manager is sitting in the same room, and this is the first time she's seen all my sharp collection. And she's getting worried in case I do something kind of here's Johnny, but I won't, because I love her to bits. I'm just saying that because she's sitting here. But there you go. So there's me Jack Raw. Right. What else? Okay, my fire kit. That's me fire starting kit. That little packet there has got everything in it I need to start a fire in any conditions I might find myself in, wherever I am. Some of it born out of experience, and a lot of it out of experimentation and all sorts of bits and pieces like that really. I've packed it, it's comprehensive, it's probably just going to all explode everywhere, and I hope I can get it in view. So the first thing that you can see there is lighter, a ferrocerium rod. What else have I got? I've got loads of bits and pieces in here really. There's something that I came up with. I don't know whether or not it's a new idea. It probably ain't. There's no such thing as a new idea, I don't suppose. But what that is that's a ranger band or a bicycle inner tube folded into a kind of a ravioli shape. It's the only way that I can describe it. Super glued down so it keeps it waterproof, but it's stuffed with Brasso or Duraglit. we all know that will go up and that will take a spark like you wouldn't believe. But what also it does is that once that starts burning inside, it then sets fire to the Ranger band, and it just goes on. That will go for about 5-10 minutes. So that gives you more than enough time to get a nice hot flame as well. So that'll be enough time, even if you've got damp tinder and stuff. That should catch and give you more than a fighting chance in an emergency situation to get a fire going. Lighter. This is an electronic one, which I'm not a great fan of. I will get hold of a Bic. The reason, I mean, it works. It's reliable. You're always going to get. Well, look. You'll get a flame out of that, no problem at all. But the reason why I prefer the Bic is because it's a flint and steel. So these don't like getting wet, nor does any Bic or any lighter really enjoy getting wet. But once that's run out of gas, you can throw it. I don't know of any other use that you could possibly use. Could you electric? I don't know. Don't think so. But with a Bic one, with a flint and steel, even if it's got no gas, you've always got the ability to strike a spark, which in some cases is all you need. So the flint, as long as the flint and all the rest of it in the lighter is working, you'll always get a spark out of it. Potassium permanganate. You can light fires with that in a few different ways. I say a few different ways. You can use that in combination with some sugar. Get yourself a little stick. Grind the sugar and the potassium permanganate, as long as it's equal amounts of both. So let's say a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of potassium. Grind that together. Mix it into a fine powder, and eventually it will ignite. It does work. I've done it. It will work. Also, along with the potassium permanganate, you can use this in a pinch for disinfecting water or purifying water, and you can also use it for disinfecting wounds and stuff if you dilute it in stronger quantities. A little bit goes a very, very long way in water. You don't want it too pink if you want to start drinking it or whatever. Little straws with cotton wool with petroleum jelly in there. Excellent fire starters. I've got a flint and steel in there. I've also got this. Now you can take this out really, and all it is an EDC refill pack. EDC fire kit refill pack, and what it's got in there is it's got 40 little waxed tinder sticks. It's got 4 fire powder vials, so you just put some fire powder in, whack it, and up it will go. Another chemical fire lighter. Along with the potassium permanganate, I've also got a vial of glycerine. You can mix that together, and that's going to give you a fire. So loads of different ways of sorting out fire in there. I've got jute, twine, just ordinary cotton balls, flint and steel, little rubber band. There's bird nest material in there, lint. Everything that's going to give me as much of a chance of getting a fire going in adverse conditions as possible. It's a small little, even with that will give you, as long as I've got the ferrocerium rod, stick that in your top pocket, you've got a fire kit. Takes up no space whatsoever, no weight at all, so I'm not too worried about that. As I say, it's a condensed little kit. Also in there, I'm not sure how useful it is. I think it's useful when it's more of a kind of a morale boost more than anything else. But should you find yourself in a real dire situation and you're hungry, whatever, I've got a little bit of Kendal mint cake covered in chocolate, just as a little pick me up. So if you needed a little bit of energy while you're struggling with getting your fire going and you're cold and shivery, just whack that into your gob. Little bit of morale. Oh, I've got a bit of chocolate. Wicked. Now all I need to do is get warm. You've got something helping you, giving you a little bit of an energy boost along there. So there's my fire kit. Not much more to say about that really. What else? Yes, I wanted to say hello to Mac Tightwad. really enjoy Mac's channel. If you haven't watched that, do. Fantastic video of him and his cronies, you know, out in his little spots wherever he goes. Really does enjoy himself. But also what he does is he modifies all his kit. He makes pouches. He does all of this stuff. He's a very clever bloke. I got him a little gift. It's here somewhere. Bear with me one sec while I try and find it. So when I bump into you at some point, Mac, I've got. What have I done with it? Oh, I'm a complete klutz at the moment. Oh, bloody hell. Well, look, if you have a look at that, Mac, and that's a green jacket wristband. I know you're a green jacket too. I've got you a key ring of the same stuff. So when I'll find it. It's here somewhere. Trust me, that's bad preparation. That is. I forgot all my P's, haven't I? Prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. Oh. Well, anyway, there we go. Oh, I can't even get that back on now. Still, so there it is. Just a quick little video, as I say, quick little shout out to Ginger Bushcraft, and also to Mac. I hope you enjoyed it. Traditional ending. Like and subscribe. Whatever. Leave a comment. And I hope you find this video as entertaining as I have tried doing it. Sorry about the. Oh yeah, oh look. There it is, Mac. See, I had thought about it. I ain't as bad as I make it out. Look. So there you are, Mac. That's for you, mate. You can stick that. I don't know, on a knife or on a whatever. Just something that you can have. I'll see you at Camp Shaky. That's in December 1st or 2nd, I think it is. So I'll be going to Camp Shaky and see all of those lads. As I say, my next trip now will be to go to 51 Foxy up at the Halloween meet. Right, enough from me. I'm going to go and I'll speak to you all later on. All the very best, YouTube. Cheers. Bye bye.